Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making spaghetti and meatballs and garlic bread. Simple, it's hearty, fills you up quick, and you could feed a bunch of people in just a little bit of money. Anyways, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna give you a quick run through of what I'm going to be using. Number one, spaghetti, salt, pepper. I'm using ground beef. I'm making beef meatballs. To the beef meatballs, I am adding onions and garlic and peppers. And you can see all my colored peppers there. Parsley here, garlic here. We have an egg. We're going to use some breadcrumbs. We're going to use a few ingredients. Those are the basic ingredients, plus extra virgin olive oil and stuff like that. To begin, I am going to take my onions and in a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to saute them to soften them. So let's just get started. So in a little skillet, I am going to add a little bit of olive oil. Well, I added a little bit of olive oil, and we are going to saute our onions until they are soft and translucent. I did that much onion is fine, maybe a little bit more. Our onions, so we're going to cook these. To that, we're going to add some salt. Salt is going to release the waters out of it, using some kosher salt. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of pepper so we can start getting these cooked and going. While this is cooking, I'm gonna prep the meat and everything else that goes into this. So in my ground beef, you can use ground beef, you can use turkey, you can use chicken, or you can use a mixture of ground beef and veal and all that, pork and all that, whatever you want to use. I'm using beef. To my ground beef, I am adding one large egg. I am also adding parsley, garlic, I am adding sofrito. I'm adding some adobo. I am adding black pepper, some black pepper, adobo, like I said, black pepper, some sofrito, because we add sofrito to everything, so about a tablespoon and a half of sofrito. We are also going to use some of that tri-colored peppers, but I'm going to just dump a few of them in with my onions, so that way I can cook them slightly. While that is cooking, what I'm going to use my hands really quickly, and I'm going to start by getting everything mixed in. I still gotta add my breadcrumbs, and I still gotta add all those vegetables that I have been cooked, that I'm cooking. So for right now, I'm just mixing all this just to get the sofrito in there and that going. I'm gonna shut and I'm gonna add that in there, and to that I am gonna add some seasoned breadcrumbs. This is gonna be to feel, so it depends how I feel about it when I'm feeling it. Yes, it's hot, I don't care. Trying to get it mixed in. Remember that this still gotta cook, so the vegetables will get a little bit of a time to cook even further. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the my adobo. I feel like it needs it. And I'm gonna add some of the oregano, my mom's garden oregano. And again, I am going, you don't want to overwork this, you just want to combine it. So that is going to be our meatballs. Next, we're going to shape them. We are simply going to grab a scoop, shape our meatballs, and put them in a baking dish. You have an option, you can bake these. Or you can pan fry them. Anyway, so we continue doing all these until we have all the meatballs made. And then we'll take it from there. You know, it's just a matter of getting everything done. Anyways, so we continue until we're done with all the meatballs. So we're gonna put our meatballs in a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna flip them in between and then finish them in the sauce. While my meatballs are cooking in the oven, we're gonna start off up on our sauce. I'm using store-bought sauce today, but we kind of play with it a little bit. So to start off, we're going to heat up a little bit of olive oil, which I have in the pan. We're going to heat that up, and we're going to go ahead and get our ingredients prepared. So in our pan, we're going to add onions, we're going to get this to saute a little bit. We are also adding some garlic, It's going to take a little while. To this, we are adding a can of tomatoes. We want this to break down, so I'm going to be using a potato masher to get this going. We are going to add just a little bit of water. Grab our potato masher and start mashing these tomatoes to try to get flavors released of those beautiful tomatoes. Now in here we are adding a little bit of salt. We are adding some oregano. We are adding some black pepper. We are going to give this a stir. We want the tomatoes to break down. I am going to chop a little bit more garlic so we can add to it. But for now, we're just going to let this cook for a little bit. Remember, like I said, we're going to be adding store-bought pasta sauce or spaghetti sauce or whatever you want to call it sauce. But I kind of tweak it a little bit. So let's let this cook for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. To this mixture, we're going to add just a little bit of sugar. because it helps with the actual tomatoes. And we're going to continue to cook it now for another 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, after a little bit of it cooking, we're gonna add our store-bought tomato sauce, and we're gonna lower the temperature here because I don't want it bubbling all over the place. And we're gonna let that continue to cook there. But we're gonna add a handful of parsley, and we're gonna cover it. Gonna add a little bit of water, and we're gonna allow this covered. Let's taste. We're gonna cover it and let it cook here on low for another few minutes. So now we're gonna grab our meatballs that we had in the oven, and we're gonna put them directly into the sauce so that way they can finish cooking in the sauce. We want to lower this flame down to low, and you're going to get juicy meatballs, and these are going to be absolutely beautiful. And I mean, these are going to be absolutely great. So we are simply going to cook our meatballs in the sauce. We're gonna cover them and let them continue to cook at a low flame until they are completely cooked through. In the meantime, I'm going to be dropping my pasta. So we open up our bread, and in there we're gonna add, I'm actually using a butter that has is garlic and herb butter. So we're just gonna lather it. Put a lot of it in there from both sides. You want that butter and garlic mixture. This is great butter, by the way. So we have that in there. And now we're going to grab a little bit of cheese, and we are going to top it with a little cheese. I believe I have cheese somewhere in here. Yeah, so we're going to use some Parmesan cheese right over it. So Parmesan cheese. Now what we're gonna do to that Parmesan cheese, to that bread, so we're gonna grab some aluminum foil. We're gonna cover this. We wanna take and roll it, and we're going to pop this into the oven to get everything melted and crisp. So we have our spaghetti and our meatballs. Put a little bit of parsley. Top it with a little bit of grated parm. And finish it with a slab of bread. So there you have it. This is my take on spaghetti and meatballs. It's up to you how you like it. This is how I prefer it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending time with me here at Maddie's Puerto Rican Kitchen and more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Let them know about me. Hopefully you get to try this one. Simple, but you could feed an army with this. You have enough sauce left over for a long time. All you got to do is put them in mason jars and make sure you boil them so that way the mason jar shut and they'll keep for a long time. And there you go. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Bye.